Hey everybody, welcome back to Penny for Your Thoughts, where your friendly neighborhood astrophysicist gets new music recommendations. Mostly those recommendations come from you guys, or from my friends, or more often, let's be honest, from the Spotify algorithm. But today we're doing something a little bit different. I found out about this band from a group chat that I'm not even sure why I'm in. It's my parents and their friends from the neighborhood that I grew up in, and me. The only person from the kids' generation, because I was the oldest and I think we needed to organize an event or something. But the other day, one of the women in this chat shared this album saying, hey, look what my son and his band did. And I clicked on it and I listened to the first 30 seconds of the first track and I was like, yo, why this kind of good? So today we're going to be listening to Iodyne. Now, as you guys know, if you're familiar with this channel, most of what I listen to is actually K-pop and pop music, emo-inspired pop, that kind of thing. And I only recently started getting into rock music and we can say metal adjacent stuff. But these guys are on the Encyclopedia Metalum as being sludge, stoner, doom metal, and that's very far out of my comfort zone. So the fact that I really liked this first track is kind of like, is this gonna become my new obsession? Who knows? Who knows? Now, thankfully for me, who has absolutely no reference for metal subgenres, these guys have made playlists on Spotify of their influences that they had while they were writing this album, and they are many and varied. They are going all the way from Rush to Playboi Carti on there. So definitely take a look at that if you're interested or if you like the music in this video. I reached out to the drummer, who's the son of my family friend, and he was kind enough to suggest 3 songs off of the album that I could use in this video. So today we're going to be listening to Iodyne, the self-titled track, Regicide, and Cheerio, which is the last one. Let's try this genre on for size. Now, unfortunately, because they are so new and so niche, I don't have like genius lyrics to pull up and Spotify hasn't given me the lyrics, so I'm just gonna be listening really, really hard. Not to pause too early, but like, what a riff. I love that. It's such a good little melody you got going on there. I don't know, makes me scrunch my face up real tight. was quite a long time. I'm really liking the choice of riffs. The build is quite nice. Also, again, you guys know this about me. I was classically trained as a vocalist, so I never learned how to do any of these growls or screams or stuff like that. But whenever I hear somebody else do it, that's always really impressive to me, especially if you're holding that for a 5-minute song, which I'm assuming like most of this is not going to be clean singing. I think the steadiness of it is kind of what impresses me the most. Also, from a bassist perspective, this sounds like it's a whole lot of fun to play. Really interesting accelerando at the end. I feel like it requires a lot of communication between the band members, so good job, you guys. That was really impressive. It also reminds me very much of this one style of music that I grew up listening to in the holidays. When my family would go to temple for Vishu or something like that, there would be a traditional Kerala drum ensemble. Usually there would be a very strong accelerando portion in whatever performance they were doing. I don't know where else it shows up. Maybe if you listen to Hanumankind's Run It Up, that also appears towards the end of that song, where you end up with a very strong accelerando and you play around with a lot of different rhythms within that section. I really like that. Home comforts, you know? Overall, very good song. I think the pacing was a little bit slow in certain portions, but maybe that's just because I have a short attention span. I actually really like it. I would totally listen to this in my free time, and may well do. Anyway, moving on to the next recommendation to listen to from this album, which is Regicide.
You're not gonna believe this. He killed 16 Czechoslovakians. Guy was in a serious...
The Sopranos. Wow, that's another song that's difficult to find a place to pause. It just kind of all fits together so well. And it's an awkward tempo too. It's a really awkward tempo to keep up, so kudos to you guys. Overall, actually, between these two songs, I'm loving the way that they're playing with time, loving the way that they change up the rhythms, keeps you interested. I would be interested to hear what the process was behind writing the song, because obviously I don't have the lyrics in front of me, so I'm only catching bits and pieces. I'm terrible at understanding lyrics as they come. I always have to look at them in advance. And also, why The Sopranos? I mean, it's a great show, but like, geez, that was a surprise. Would love to hear this live, 100% actually. I think this one would be very satisfying. And we move on to our third movement. You guys know how I love second and third movements. Cheerio. Wait, again with the lyrics, because I don't have them in front of me, but like, did they just say bludgeon? And if so, yay! Oh my gosh, no one uses that word. That's fantastic. Love that. Interesting interval. Ah, yes. Impressive work, you guys. Honestly, like, y'all, you know the kind of music that I'm into. I wasn't expecting to like this, but why do they only have 85 monthly Spotify listeners? Explain that to me. They're so talented. I'll definitely take a listen to the whole album after this video for sure. I remember really, really liking Fugue. Out of these three songs, I think probably Regicide has to be my favorite. It's either that one or it's Iodyne, actually, which I wasn't expecting. For some reason, those are the songs that really stuck with me. Overall review, just from these three songs, I think that they could probably make it big if they wanted to. I hope that they want to, honestly. I get nervous on behalf of small bands because I realize that it's so difficult to really have success in the attention economy and all of that. But I think that they can do it if they want. I really do. Go check them out on Spotify. I think you guys might really like this. And of course, big thanks to Vid for telling me which songs to look at and telling me to look at their Spotify playlist. That was really helpful. Thank you. Stay tuned for my next videos where I continue to explore all of the possible genres of music that I can listen to. And make sure to drop your recommendations in the comments below. Ciao!